On the table today at Squirrel Stampede, we continue to festivus it up with advent calendars. This time today, the Funko Advent Calendar Retro Toys Edition. Last time we had a lot of fun with the Funko Five Nights at Freddy's Advent Calendar with the Pocket Pop, so we had to try again, and I think Retro Toys is perfect for nostalgic Christmas vibes. And of course, there's candy canes around here too, right? There's candy canes running around. So join on in with us today as we explore a very interesting advent calendar of door with things inside of retro feelings, oh my.
Squirrel Stampede!
Please like,
Share!
and squirrel like.
Go directly to go. This is the Retro Toys Pocket Pop Funko Advent Calendar 2024, where we will see some things that will haunt your dreams. Retro toys of yore may not be for the faint of heart. Modern Steve has his totem of undying and is already trying to break down the box. I will say I'm glad I found this though, as last year's Five Nights at Freddy's was quite... Ow! I will say I'm glad I found this though, as last year's Five Nights at Freddy's Funko calendar was quite entertaining. It just doesn't stand. The doors, they're in sequence, much appreciated for us old fumbly advent calendar pullers. It certainly tightens the structure unless things like this happened. Door number one, a little Christmas tree door. What in the name of all monster crunching, city destroying constructs is this? Oh, I think I know this. We are beginning with one of my all-time favorite retro toys, Barrel of Monkeys. And it's alive! It's gone alive! The barrel has spawned legs and eyes, arms. The monkeys are escaping from its head. Terrifying! The funny thing is, I still have my classic Barrel of Monkeys container, but the monkeys have escaped. Where are the monkeys? And what is this? Fugler. Oh, that's classic. Good start. Door number two. What do you think we're gonna see over here? Ow. Ow. Paper cut. All these doors are too tight. Ow. That just hurt. Bring back the harpoon, I suppose. Alright, our next classic find is the Nightlight Bright. Light Bright. Whoa, we had one of these, but it was not as slim as one of those. We had the old CTR screen Light Bright that extended about 5 miles behind the screen, and the light inside would pierce your skin and boil off it. But it was a classic, and that was our digital world of the 80s. Too bad we can't take and pull these little pins off the face. They are embedded there, but it's also very creepy, like the Barrel of Monkeys has spawned legs, arms, and is placing its own pegs into its own face. Now that's a nightmare scenario. Door 3. The harpoon is back. It's Mr. Monopoly Man, number 1. Monopoly Man is on the front of this calendar. My only fear with this calendar is say we will see Monopoly Man like 100 times in 100 holiday colors. I want to see 24 different retro toys. Welcome Monopoly Man you are. Hopefully it'll be the last we see. And continuing to build our retro army of the Unholy Knight. There's trouble. There's total trouble. And we've just gone up a notch in terror. It's the Trouble Red Peg game piece. If there's any game out there that causes more family dispute, family destruction, uncooperation, and just downright bad feelings, it's Trouble. Okay, did I say earlier I only wanted to see one Monopoly Man? Well, I would not mind seeing the other 3 colors for Trouble right now. He's even holding the game board. Let's harpoon door 5. None other than the terrifying Furby. I'm pretty sure these went feral and killed dozens of people back in the day. You'd think with squirrels being my friends, I would be friends of the Furby, but I know their horrific history of their mullets. Tiger Furby here. Just looking back at those dark pupils scare one to the core. Dorio Sixio on what has been a solid top row so far. Keep it poor shattered dreams. Someone back in the day thought it was a good idea to put kids to rest with the terrifying and extremely haunting glowworm. What were they thinking? Why would you want this latched to you all night long, slowly harvesting your dreams for their plans of world domination? And I think this little microfig enhances it by like 20-fold. Look into the glowworm's eyes. Look into the glowworm's eyes and become one. Become one with the worm of glow. With that said though, this calendar is rocking it though. All hail the glowworm. Door number 7. Door 7. Here's a classic we can all get behind. Mr. Potato Head. And out of everyone so far, except for maybe Monopoly Man 2, they have really held up through the test of time for Hasbro. We still see Mr. Potato Head very, very often in various forms. Has quite the following still. Too bad we can't remove arms and legs with this guy though. And it's door 8. Oh, a My Little Pony classic. I will admit the My Little Ponies served as cavalry for my G.I. Joes. I mean, how else do you get into battle the most cutest way? This must be Cloverdale. I'm forgetting the names, but I'm seeing Clover on her cutie mark. Yes, I know that's called a cutie mark. And is wonderful to see included in the calendar, of course. But again, the Funko black eye thing is kind of terrifying me. Door number 9 almost has like a hidden G.I. Joe Cobra feel to it. There better be some G.I. Joes in here, I gotta tell you that. Oh, it's this guy. What is this guy again? Now, I never had something like this. I do quite remember it. It's an 80s plush My Pet Monster. They were pretty big there for a good year or so. This one chained up, so what only could it possibly do? Certainly has like a precursor to Huggy Wuggy feel, doesn't it? With the colorful blue fur back there, I see Huggy Wuggy all the way. So you gotta be careful with this dude. You gotta be careful. This might be one of the highlight figures in the pack for some people. Dorio Tenny, oh, it is. Another classic fave that has holded the test of time. It's a Play-Doh container. Also has spawned arms and legs and a little star creation. Got kind of the classic logo feel. It's a cyan clay for the day to make your day. I personally have been having a lot of fun with the new Marvel Play-Doh packs this year. Never gone to review because of some things, but these have been quite fun for like the shorts section and a really good deal. So Play-Doh is around, alive, and strong. Because of the absence of repeats, this calendar is rocketing up the charts. Door number 11. Killer Optimus Prime! Oh, this one is huge! Optimus Prime included with the retro toys, of course! If you know me, I am a gigantic Optimus Prime collector. And it's toys like these, primes like these, that really stand out in the collection. People will look at that and go, where did you possibly get that? And you'll be like, this random Funko Advent Calendar of 2024 Retro. In a few years, it'll vanish and you'll never find it. So finding it now is incredibly cool. The only thing I don't really like is how oversized they made his head. Never been a big fan of the oversized head deal that Funko does. It works well with the, say, Trouble character token. He's not oversized in a way. And look at Pet Monster. He has an oversized head, but his body is still pretty well pronounced. I think Monopoly Man back over here is the only one with the other just giant noggin. But I'm floored rolling out to see Prime here today. And we are just finishing the second row of an incredibly fun calendar. Door number 12. And it goes flying to be never seen again. So oddly surprising, they decided to pair Bumblebee right after Optimus. Our first kind of like what you would say a repeat theme-wise. Personally, I would have rather seen Megatron. I feel like he was more iconically retro than Bumblebee was. Bumblebee seemed to take off more later. I'm just glad I found him because he flew out so fast. I didn't think I'd ever find him. And now time for the third Candy Cane Invasion Part 8. Meanwhile, at Central Candy Cane City.
Quickly, stealth mode skunk squirrels! Up here to the access hatch! There it is! Once inside, we don our skunk disguises and plant the bomb.
Meanwhile, inside, a candy cane celebration ensues.
To those stupid squirrels and their weak planetary defenses, yeah.
I told you joining forces makes us even smarter than stupid squirrels.
Yes, those stupid squirrels never learn. Say, do you know where the main power complex is?
Why, the central candy cane power core is right behind me, silly. Say, you with the glasses, care to dance? You must be new here. Your dance moves are rather jumpy.
Psst, keep him busy, Barry. Ready, phase 2.
Be continued. And we begin the third row. Something poppled out. An 80s Popples pink plushy character. Now these guys had the ability to marsupial into themselves, a pouch into themselves, and kind of Sonic the Hedgehog themselves into a ball, pillow, plush friend. They also had quite a year of run on those. It's time for 14. Ooh, Mr. Potato has a friend. If you're a Toy Story fan, this is a good combo, right? You gotta have Mrs. Potato Head too. And they're scaled and proportioned perfectly to stand together. And unlike Prime and Bumblebee, there was a little bit of separation between the two in the calendar. Door 15. There's a guy with very little clothing on in here. What's going on? Oh, I know. Stretch Armstrong, the original precursor to like Heroes of Goo-Jitsu, right? The original stretchy guy. We had this guy around the channel for a while. I left him outside on the pavement and he got really hot one summer. And then after that, everything kind of dried up solid-like and he never stretched again. Kind of sad, but that's my story of Stretch. And door 16. Whoops! Hope I didn't injure you. It's the operation guy, and he sure needs an operation. He's got a lot of lances and open wounds, boils, bones missing, things to be worked on. Interesting to see this in figure form. It's always like flat, and now we're seeing him in 3-dimension. Would not mind seeing this expanded upon in a larger action figure sometime. I think some of my favorites today so far are the game pieces, things that were involved with a strategy to them. Kind of funny. You don't see that often in toy form. The retro-ness going on here is exceeding my expectations. Door number 17. The Monopoly Man again, and he's going to jail. Okay, I said earlier, I hope we don't get too many repeats like holiday themed or special things like that. But this actually works. It's actually kind of funny. We started with Monopoly Man, who was getting second place in a beauty contest. Good for him. And then it was like, oh, he went to jail. That's a pretty funny piece. I like that. He's got the striped suit on. So he's welcome here. He's a welcome additional piece for the Monopoly family. And the end of the third row, going down to door number 18. Let's say we finish good here. Remember when I said I'd rather see Megatron? Hasbro favors Transformers as one of their longest, best running lines, so I get it. And like I said earlier, I would have preferred Megatron over Bumblebee, as it's nice to have a prime adversary. So far, Megatron's display pad must have fallen into the lower crack of the calendar. I gotta look for it, but there should be one for him too. Also, he's styled old school, so this is the pistol Megatron. Old school version, non-tank. So much appreciated on that retro detail. So we're down to the final row of retro advent. We can start speculating. Who do you think we'll see in this final row? I would not be surprised if we see another Transformer, say like Soundwave or Starscream. Another Monopoly character is certainly possible. Maybe Star Wars. I don't know if Hasbro was able to combine the Star Wars license into this, but they are often involved with Funko, and they are as retro as you get. So I could imagine like a Darth Vader, maybe another game board piece, something. We'll see. It's door 1985. Well, another potato head. What? Well, this was what I was worried about at the beginning. It's just a metallic version, and you can hardly tell. And a metallic version of the first Mr. Potato Head. So it's not exactly really the best find. Door 20. And things are not looking good for the bottom row. Now we have a metallic Monopoly Man to go along with regular Monopoly Man and jailed Monopoly Man, who has not had good nutrition in jail. Yeah, that's quite unsatisfactory to see these starting to throw back in a metallic form. I get it. It's hard to get 24 completely new figurines, but it's kind of a bummer. What do you think on that? 21, and so now we're basically just going, what character have we seen before now being in metallic paint, right? It's Peppermint Cutie Mark Cloverfield. This was a lost opportunity, as you could have easily just repainted her to be one of the original 7, 8, 16. How many original ponies were there? 8, 6, something like that. So now we just have a very highly irradiated, clover patched My Little Pony. And this last row is really destroying the value of this calendar. 22, what do you say? A metallic Furby or a metallic Optimus? I don't know, what could it be? How funny, I almost said metallic light bright. This brings me back to the day I once opened a calendar of retro character toys and I found a light bright guy. Oh wait, that was today. And these two are almost identical. The eyebrowing color is brown or gold or something. Here it's green. And I don't even see metallicness. Actually, maybe more metallic or something on this one. The original. Is it like Mr. Potato Head, like Mrs. Light Bright? Well, it's our second Light Bright. Not a bad one. It was a really exciting character when we first pulled it, right? Now it's like, seen that, done that. But it gives us hope for the final 2 doors. Door number 23. Michael Jordan, he's retro, right? Another pet monster. This one in bright fluorescent paint style. Kind of stands out a little more, not bad. But kind of like it's a repeat. I think some people will really want to see this one though. And finally, door number 24. Sad that the final row had to turn out this way, but maybe they'll throw in something original. We can only hope. It is door 24, right? The one we always seek to get to. What is behind it? Of course, A Nightmare to Your Soul. The team behind the advent here, terrifying us once again with a glowworm. A little more brightly colored. So here was our first glowworm. And you can see the stars are much more poppy on this one. Yikes, that is creepy. I can't get the, oh, there we got it. Hard to get it to stand. I think they should have rearranged a little bit on this one. That should not have been the end. And what I was saying earlier about seeing too many Monopoly men, I would have rather seen him as like Santa Monopoly Man or something to finish us off, right? So that last row was pretty sad. Oh, so this calendar started off with so much potential, going all the way to door number 18, almost giving it the top calendar of the year until it totally fell apart in that last row. I've never seen that fall off of a calendar. I was speculating so many cool ideas for that final row, like, oh, Star Wars, G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe is more Hasbro than Transformers. Or maybe another Trouble game pin, a different My Little Pony, right? So many possibilities, and they went metallic. So with that, it can't be classified as the best calendar of the year, but it was still certainly entertaining, especially those first couple rows. The all-stars for me, after seeing everything, has to be the Trouble pin, the Barrel of Monkeys, great start. I like the Operation Man. I want to see this guy in a larger figure form. And of course, Optimus Prime was so welcomed. I'm certainly glad we did discover this calendar though. It was nostalgic fun all the way through the doors. And that's the Retro Toys Funko Advent. Yeah, overall pretty good. There was some repeats at the end that kind of soured it, but I'm really liking that Trouble red peg to give us lots of Christmas trouble. If you liked today's video, please give us a squike, squirrel-ibe, squam at your favorite moment of the Funko Advent Calendar of Retro Toys. Don't forget we have Squirrel Stampede merch out there, t-shirts, water bottles, plush Landry. Thank you so much for joining in today. That's what I have to say about that. Whoa!